these are things that we tend to do to each other because that's where we feel comfortable at. You should, like, men should be more present, like women should be more present. But the only thing is, it's hard because men, I think, honestly, are more caught up with either fear or desires, or same thing women. It's either their fear. I think women are more compromised by fear, in my opinion. I think women are more fearful and men are more desirable, and that's just how I see it.
No doubt. Hey, shout out to Cassandra Brown. Hey, good to see you, sis. Yo, what's up? P is in the building. Let me welcome the people. Yo, shout out to my people's L Nix. Yo, I really appreciate you, L Nix, holding us down. I gotta check. You might be the sponsor of the show, though, L Nix. The why doesn't give the excuse for the offense, because reality is people don't have to take time to understand anyone's why you do. That's a fact. Shout out to my guy Corey's burner. He's about to say, yo, reset, the energy is bad. Now the energy is good. We good. I don't listen, bro. Like, one thing I don't do is I don't do men who act like women, bro. I don't do well with men who act like women. I just don't. I only operate with men who operate like men. I say what I mean what I say, and I don't backtrack. Yo, shout out to P. What's up, P? BMU has a point. Yeah, he definitely had a point. Shout out to Lady Quantum Love said insults. Oh Lord. Yo, shout out to Coach 303. Y'all want to see a dead body? Just look between JD and Shanika. Oh Lord. That's probably what set him off. Kojak, you ran him away. He probably, knowing Sharon, he probably had something to do or something he wanted to do, and he just used that as an excuse to garner some support. I see you, Sharon. I know what you be doing. Shout out to P. I'm the captain now. What's up, P? God Flavor says, shut up. Jay Lewis said, why are these conversations so circular? Obedience is better than sacrifice. Most people up on these panels don't even obey God. It's sad. Stop, people. My opinion, I don't think God is pleased. Well, listen, if you're looking for people, and I wanted to say this, and you got it next, Shanika. I wanted to say that if you're looking for people to be the arbiters of what God said and just do everything that God said, you're looking in the wrong place, because there wouldn't need to be a Messiah, a Savior, a prophet, or whoever you think it is. If people could get it right, they can't. Though we were to be good, there's always evil present with us. We always sin and fall short of the glory of God. All of us, man. All of us. Rockjet said, is Sharon being a diva again? Maybe. Dude, more moist than Hurricane Sandy, Katrina, and Andrew combined. F out of here. There. Hey, Reese, how you doing, sis? But they still creating them. What, Shurin? What's up, Calvin Cook said, we ain't never getting married. If married people keep coming on the net talking about their problems. Studio
God.
Manager said, we just watched a room full of Christians perform an exorcism on a little girl, and many of the Christians in the space approved. What? I don't know what you're talking about. What's up, American Tracer? I don't know what to say. Izzy Bustin, what's up, trucker? Said Cabrini Green, 1981. Angela Earth Love. Hey, Angela Earth Love, how you doing? Angel Earth Love. I just called you Angela. I don't know why I did that. Hey, what's up for $4 $4 washer? Purity test. Gina said, I'm sorry, Izzy, but that's hard to believe. What's hard to believe? That there wasn't hardly no family, no married people in my block? I'm sorry that you don't believe it. It's true. I can't even lie to you if I wanted to. Gasman said, you guys' favorite white man is here. Well, shout out, Hugh Hefner's in the building. You resurrected? No, what's up, Gasman?
Oh God, no. Oh God, no.
Hugh Hefner's back, y'all. Hey, yo, go ahead, Shanika. You got the floor, and then we'll get it how we live. Go ahead, Shanika.
I think Darrel was after that.
Darrel came up.
I'll be brief. I wanted to speak on the documentary that you mentioned, where you all the ladies were saying that they want to get married. I saw that one too. I also saw the part of the documentary where he interviewed the men, and they was talking like, yeah, well, I mean, the government got us, so she good. All hot to stay. Like it was two sides to that story, and I think that everybody focused on the women and what they were saying, and we skipped past what the men were saying. But I digress. I wanted to comment on or rebuttal the comment that Liz made, the why. If you could put it back up, the one that he just
L
Nix. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't mean no disrespect.
Yeah.
L Nix, the why, what you're saying is correct. The why don't give the excuse for the offense cause. It gives understanding, because I thought that's what we were looking for within our community. And you're correct. Reality is people don't have to take time to understand why you do it. But I would think that the person that you're sleeping with, the person that's raising your children, the person that you live with, the person, I would think that it should matter to somebody, not necessarily everybody, but if we talk about somebody you dating, why don't you want to understand why somebody is doing something that they're doing? Because that why could provide a level of nuance or understanding to where it's like you may not see it the same way and you may be able to respond differently. So I do still think the why is important, but I totally get that the world don't care. The world doesn't care.
Good job. Proud of you, my sister.
See, we're malleable. We're malleable.
I see you, sis.
I can control myself. Real quick, the last two things I just wanted to say, because I take my notes. I didn't want to interject. You were saying we're not going to talk about no other show, but on this one, you went on your little diatribe on how women were never held accountable. Mm-hmm. And since when? We were always held accountable. Like, what was the Scarlet Letter?
Your lies.
Them hold? Oh, okay.
You wasn't there for the Scarlet Letter. That's my favorite book.
Just saying, the women were still held accountable to a certain standard, and if they didn't fit that standard, they were ostracized and they were treated a certain type of way as a result of it. Everybody was, in my opinion, and whether or not they chose to meet that standard, that's a different conversation. The last thing I just want to
say, hold on, Trucker, because let me respond to that one, and then you could go to the next one, and then I'm gonna pass it to Darrel, and then Trucker, you could get in after that. Real quick. In the past, I agree, but like you said, it's overcorrections. So the overcorrection becomes now you don't hardly tell women anything because they've been so oppressed, because they've been so held back, because they've been so misrepresented. So now it's like you can't tell them anything, and they do whatever they want to do. So it's kind of that type of thing. But go ahead, you got it.
Okay, and the last thing, you were saying that women purposely chose to act the way that they act. I felt like that was a little disingenuous. Like, do you really think that women just woke up one day and was like, you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna live like a man. I'm gonna go out here and struggle to do all of this by myself and the things that I really don't want to have to do. Like, you think that we purposely chose that and there was no catalyst to that?
Do I think that y'all purposely chose what?
Because you were saying that we purposely choose to act the way that we act and to do the things that we do and be so I don't remember how you described it exactly, but I remember you said we're purposely doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm questioning. Like, you think that we just woke up one day and was like, nah, I want to be a man. I don't want to listen to nothing that they said. Like, it just happened out of nowhere that there was no catalyst, that we're just intentionally doing this for no reason.
I mean, I think that I think that women were socialized and conditioned by other women, by society, by different things, of their perception of how men move and how men are, to envy men and want to be men and want to be in the position of men. They want to be in control. And they want to do what they want to do. So yeah, I think that people decide to do what they want to do, how they want to do it. And that's just what it is. Yeah, I believe that.
Okay, you got it, Darrel.
I think you said Trucker was gonna go. My bad.
Oh,
I mean, Trucker could go if you want to pass it to him. Go ahead, Trucker, and then Darrel. You can go.
I can't believe I'm saying it, but black women is God. I can't believe I'm saying it, but black women.
The blasphemy.
Like, I'm just listening to the conversation. Like, listen, I just got a call, like, right? And, me and my wife made a bet, but with the OSU Michigan game, feel me? And
are you changing the subject?
No, I'm not. I'm staying on topic.
Okay.
But
look, our sister's back. Shout out to Mo Love. Mo Love came to give you some help, Shanika. Shout out to Mo Love.
Hey, Mo Love.
What's up, gorgeous?
Hey, beautiful.
this notion that that men just like automatically come home, sit on their ass, and we just created these monsters and all this other stuff is insane. Because I'm just listening to this and I'm thinking about the bet me and my wife made, and I'm like, shit, I gotta buy her some lingerie. That was the whole bet, like, and that's the normal case. I think in most situations, whether married or not, if y'all got a good helpful thing, but I don't know, man. It just seemed like no matter what, nobody wants to find a cure for the cancer.
Huh? Joe Trucker, what the hell are you talking? What the hell are you talking about?
Hold up.
I love you, bro. What are you talking about, bro? What
I'm
the
talking
hell?
about the damn this
You
shit.
talking about
Hold on.
lingerie? What the hell is happening here?
Let me explain, bro. Like, I'm listening to men and women go back and forth about the same bullshit that we've been talking about for the past 60 years.
Okay.
Nobody wants to find a cure for cancer. Like, I'm like real shit. Like, everybody just talking and not doing.
I
this
can tell you what the cure
point
for
today,
cancer is.
I'm just listening to a bunch of foolery. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay, no doubt.
And it's kind of it's crazy, bro. Like,
I'll tell you what the cure is. It's real simple.
True. Come on, Marvin. Hold on, we good. We good on that. We good. We appreciate you enlightening us, but give us one moment. Let Darrel get it. Hey, shout out to Ogu. And the normal thing is buying a woman lingerie. All right, get your woman some lingerie. Hey, the sarcastic 1999 said, for those who didn't know, this is cynical one. Okay, hey, cynical one, sarcastic one, cynical one. Salute. And what's up to Bridget M? She's asking questions. Ignorant TV said he's slow. Izzy, give Trucker a break. No, Trucker is not slow. Do not do my brother like that. Trucker is not slow. He knew exactly what he was talking about. We just didn't. It took us the time to catch up to my brother.
Yeah, I was just saying. I'm just saying, like, so many people trying to go back and forth, and I'm literally got off the phone just a moment ago with my wife about the bet that we made for this game, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, damn, I wish other black people could have the same situation going on. But unfortunately, in our society, everybody want to blame that person or blame this person instead of actually fixing the issue.
Look, JD got that. Chicago got that. True got that. Marvelous got
that.
I got my man Darrel got that. So listen, I don't know. Mo, are you married, Mo Love? Sis, my sister.
Don't ask.
Okay, I apologize.
I'm not saying y'all don't got it, because I know y'all got it. I know y'all got it, but I'm talking about in general.
Trucker, hold on, brother. Go ahead. Mo Love was speaking. Give us a second.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear Mo Love. My bad.
Because you was talking.
No, I was joking. I was once upon a time.
Okay, shout out to you. Okay, well, but basically the point that I was making is a lot of people up here on the panel have that. So shout out to you, Trucker. Your wish have came true. There's a lot of people up here on this panel that have what you're talking
about. I got you. Now, does that equate to society? Yeah, does that equate to the standard?
Well, we're trying to help with that. So let's move forward. Try to help with that.
But at the same time, it just seems like I'm moving forward, and I'm telling you right now, it seems like nobody wants to cure the cancer.
Okay, Trucker, you said that 5 times now. Hey, so Darrel,
what's good, Izzy?
Yo, what's up, Darrel? Yes, sir. What say you, Darrel? Welcome to the show.
Tell them the truth, Darrel. Black women God, right?
Hey, Narratives Dialogues. What's up, Narratives Dialogues? JC, oh shit. JC the Conqueror, what's up, family? I ain't mess with y'all. Melanated, how you doing? When was this, and exactly what were black women jealous of and black men back then? We didn't say who said jealous. Why do y'all just be adding stuff? Y'all just be adding things that no one said. Who said that black women were jealous of black men? Who said that? Did anybody say that? I didn't say that. But anyway, go ahead, Darrel.
I just said, Izzy, when you said
I think
you said
I just started tapping in. I'm not really familiar with everything that y'all was talking about, but it sounded like y'all was talking about the relations between men and women as usual. And I can remember back in 2020, Meg Thee Stallion was shot. and the response wasn't sympathy or justice. Instead, Black women watched as basically the Manosphere and other sectors on YouTube mocked Meg Thee Stallion, blamed Meg Thee Stallion, and ultimately her trauma was used for entertainment, right?
Why, Darrel? I love you. Why? No. The disrespect.
Tell him the truth,
The
Darrel.
disrespect is intolerable. It's unpardonable.
That woman stepped on glass, Darrel. Can you stop the cap? Stop the cap. The woman stepped on glass. We saw the videos multiple times, and we heard the crunch. She stepped on glass.
Stop the cap.
As we seeing
Darrel.
right
Can you
now.
give a better example?
I have other examples. I like I said, I can't prepare Izzy. But like Izzy just said, what happened to Meg Thee Stallion? It became a punchline, right? And it was organized and it was systematic because men in the Black manosphere chose to mischaracterize, like what Karens do it, like. So, for example, when George Floyd died, instead of white males saying he died from being, like suffocation, they say he died from fentanyl. Black males treated Black women the way that white males treated Black males in the media. And I think that's something that Black males have to really address is the misogyny, the how Black women are dehumanized and the manosphere, threatened in the manosphere. I can find videos right now, Black women being threatened, Black women being dehumanized, and Black women being targeted specifically by the manosphere. And they bring in other individuals, as we just saw, like just pearly things. And that's when it begins to intersect with racism and misogyny at the highest accords, right?
Shout out to you, Marvelous. Appreciate you, bro.
So I'll begin there.
Hey, thank you, Marvelous. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Marvelous. Hey, listen, that's interesting. Listen, what I can say is, Darrel, I cannot say that sometimes I do find myself questioning and even pushing back on some of the brothers who are so harsh on the women just because. I don't agree with being harsh on anybody just because, for the sake of them being so-called Black, for the sake of them being so-called white, for the sake of them being a man or a woman. I don't think you should be harsh on anybody or disrespect anybody just strictly because of whatever they are. Now, if they say or do things that you don't agree with, I can understand pushing back, and that's generally what I do. But, I don't believe on beating on anybody just strictly for the sense of their color, their creed, or their gender. You know what I mean?
Izzy, can we both agree that Black women have experienced a unique type of hatred in this country?
Well, I can see the point. The problem is that I believe, unfortunately, that's reactionary. Because there's a lot of men who have not been able to get their way and have not been able to get the life that they live. And unfortunately, because they are frustrated and because they feel a type of way, they have lashed out on the women who have been spewing things like, I don't want no scrub. Scrub is some guy that get no love for me. I could do bad all by myself. What have you done for me lately? You got to have a job if you want to be with me. The Black man ain't this. The Black man ain't that. Oh, he ain't built nothing. He ain't done nothing. He ain't nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who have experienced these things. And because they don't know how to operate in spite of that, they have a huge trust barrier. Shout out to
do that montage again, Izzy.
Shout out to Jade Lewis. I appreciate you, Jade. I got you, Jade. Shout out to my guy Jibrat08 said, get this Nigma Sharon off the panel disrespecting God. Well, he left anyway, but shout out to you, Jibrat08. I appreciate you. I appreciate you because of Jade Lewis, who I heard you loud and clear, Jade. And because of Jibrat08, we only need two more people, at least $5 a piece. Someone help us reach our goal. Help us reach our goal today. I'm going to celebrate y'all all at the same time. Unless we got a sponsor. Somebody sponsor the show. You know what I'm saying? With the 50 ball. I appreciate y'all, all right? But yeah, man, I think that it's reactionary, unfortunately. And I think that we don't
responsible.
Not necessarily, because I don't think I'm of
So
the
it's
firm belief.
irresponsible.
Well, no, listen, I'm of the firm belief, whether man or woman, nobody can control the way you behave, right? Like you have autonomy, women have autonomy in how they behave, and men have autonomy in how we behave. So we have to take accountability and responsibility for our own actions or our own inactions, right? We can't put it at the foot or the hand of anybody else. So let me let Mo
influence though, right, Izzy?
Yeah, influence. Shout out to Marvelous. Appreciate you, Marvelous.
Did you read this book, Izzy?
Which book is that? One? No, I've never read that book. Oh, Kamala! Hell no, I didn't read that book. Shout out to Marvelous.
Kamala
Thank
Harris'
you,
book describing her historical 107-day run when she failed to win against President Donald Trump. In this book, Izzy, she talks about Fresh and Fit, specifically names Myron Gaines and names Andrew Tate. And she said that these men specifically had an influence over her losing the election and the state of failure that the country is in today.
Yo, okay, let me let Mo Love get here. Mo, what say you? And then we're gonna go back on that because I want to celebrate them brothers. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Mo Love. My bad. What say you, Mo?
Just from what I've been hearing with the whole gender work thing, I believe a lot of fights and tension that we see today aren't really about what's happening in the moment. And sometimes it appears that way. But a lot of what we're seeing is rooted in childhood, whether we believe it or not. It's rooted in the things we actually saw and the messages we absorbed as children about love, or what what we did and what we did see and what we didn't see, and what we witnessed growing up. When you really think about it, it shapes how we trust and the way that we communicate, which sometimes can be very toxic, and how we react and we respond to things. And if we never heal that part, I always say self-reflection is huge. If we never heal that part of it, we will continue to repeat the same patterns over and over again, and we expect different results. And as far as the power dynamics, when it comes to order, God created order for a reason. Men and women, we were designed to complement each other. I said that yesterday. And to carry responsibility and to lead and to follow in ways that build harmony and protection. And we don't see that. When it comes to leadership, a lot of women are complaining that men are abusing their power, and they only see it as a way of dominance and not a way of true protection. So I think a lot of times that's why women have, a hard time following. And then there's a lack of humility when it comes to women. They want to be just as much in control, and that's the problem. So when one person operates from God's order, and Shanika mentioned that too, belief system is a huge part of it. So when one person is operating from God's order and the other person is operating from trauma or from culture, it's a completely different worldview. And then that's where the clarity gets lost. It completely disappears, and that's why we see so many arguments escalate, and confusion absolutely wins every time. Because why? There's no structure, no structure is being honored at all, and nobody is walking in their intended role. So I believe the way forward isn't about blaming each other or necessarily forcing change. It's about deep reflection and facing those wounds first that have been carried for years and years, and that turns into bitterness and resentment and confusion. So there are just so many dynamics to the gender war topic. It just is.
I totally agree.
Listen, let me just say this. Yeah, I agree with that, and that's a profound statement that you're saying. Shanika, you got next. Yeah, it is a lot of childhood trauma. That's what I was alluding to before when I was like, well, you can't worry about why somebody else is going through what they're going through. You have to deal with your own self and your own trauma and your own mess, and then let the people deal with theirs, and then meet them where they're at. I think like to your
I
point,
agree.
there's so many broken people that are getting together broken, thinking that they're gonna make a whole, and they're really not. Go ahead, Shanika, you got it, sis. And then yeah, let me read this, and y'all, we could go from there.
Yeah, just two things real quick, because the other gentleman, I forgot his name, but he was looking like Spider-Man. He was talking about how men focus on the future and women focus on the past. And this is why, because you cannot heal from your trauma if you don't dive into the past to understand what happened and how it affected you and how you can cope to move forward, you know, as a better person. And I think that that's important for us to identify and recognize. And the second thing, and that's why I disagreed with L. Nix earlier when he was, you know, and you kind of gave me a little pushback too, is when he was saying that, you know, about it only being for adults. The gender wars is only an adult thing. And I'm like, nah, I totally disagree with that, because the gender war does start from when we jizz.
No, but that's not, I apologize. That's not what he was saying. What he was saying is we don't allow our children to gender war. So he was how do we allow our children
do it
to
in a
gender war?
subconscious way. We do it in a subconscious way, because every girl that I know that has brothers that I ain't gonna say every, but I know a lot of women that have brothers that would be upset or jealous with their brothers because their brothers got to do stuff that they couldn't be able to do because they were raised differently. That's how you start that gender war subconsciously, because you're allowing certain people to get away with certain things that other people can't. And it's things that girls get away with and things that boys get away with that the others can't. And then I feel like that leads to it.
That's not, no, but the thing is, what L. Nix was saying was a little bit different, because what he's saying is that we wouldn't allow our son and our daughter to be openly arguing in gender war topics. We wouldn't allow that. And so he was saying, I guess it's just for adults, right? And so it was a kind of sarcastic spin on, we don't allow our children to argue like this, but yet and still we get the situation, is more so what he was saying. But I could understand what you're saying, but there's some inherent double standards, right, Shanika, that men and women face, and we just got to be honest, right? There's things that y'all can get away with, women, that I can never get away with, and then there's some things that I could get away with as a man that y'all can never get away with, right? And it's just kind of inherent in life, period. I don't think that that should be adding to a gender war or whatever. I think that, you know.
Can I get after? I'll get next.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah,
you don't think that contributes to these conversations that we're having as adults?
I mean, I can see your point. I can see how they can, and it would add to Mo's point and your point about childhood trauma or whatever the case may be, and going through childhood, right? At the same time, like I think that, like I said, for me, a lot of times the way I find myself in these conversations is people will make such hyperbolic statements, especially about men, making it seem like all the faults and the flaws of women are at the feet of men, and that's not true at all. Like, women are autonomous beings. I don't understand these guys who are simps who be sitting there caping for women and make it seem like y'all are not autonomous. Y'all are. Y'all have a right to choose what you want. You have a right to do what you want to do, and you absolutely have to answer for that to your creator the same way we do. So it's like, yo, nah, men don't make these women do a jack doggone thing. Like Mo said, it's closer to what she said. People's childhood traumas, their environments, the places that they grew up, the people that they grew up around, and the experiences kind of shape them and shape to the people that they become. And a lot of times we're living out our childhood in our adulthood. That's what I believe. So I just don't like these guys that I don't like that these guys sit up here and cape for women. I'm never gonna do it. Y'all ain't never gotta worry about it. And if y'all like me, cool. If y'all don't like me, cool. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth regardless. I don't care. Like, I don't have nothing to gain by lying to y'all. If you're out of order and you're wrong, you're out of order and you're wrong. If you're moving in the light and you're moving in proper regard, I'm gonna give you props for it. Period. Like, but like, I don't inherently dislike you because you're a woman, and I don't inherently believe you because you're a woman. I let your actions and let how you purport yourself speak for itself.
I can acquiesce. Maybe I misunderstood what he was saying.
Yeah, no doubt. It's all good. Let me read this before I give it to Truck. Truck, you got it next. Shout out to Workademics. Appreciate you, man. Workademics said the left lost men because They just want to demonize men. Men can't say anything about women without being a sexist, but women can talk crazy about men, right? And I don't think we should talk crazy about women just for the sake of it. I think if they're doing something that's out of order, we can point it out, but I don't think that we should use that to abuse women either, right? Shout out to Smitty. What's up, Smitty? Frederick, what's up, family? Appreciate you, Frederick. Father said young girls grew up 2-parent home and rebel, and the opposite of what seen and taught. Some of them do. Some young men do too, though. Let's be honest. But thank y'all very much for helping us reach our goal. I appreciate y'all. If we get a sponsor of the show, I will celebrate you on the spot. If not, I'm gonna celebrate y'all all at the end. I appreciate everybody that helped us reach our goal. Thank you very much. Yo, Trucker, you got it. And then Schmitty came in here, and then we're gonna open it up. Go ahead.
So I gotta agree with both of the ladies. Childhood trauma, that is a fact. And even now when I think about it, the things that I used to hear my mother say to my sisters, even to me, like, if a female hits you, you better beat that B up, things like that. Starts in childhood. Like, I don't disagree with that. Unfortunately, like what you were saying, too many people is living like that still. They not even grown adults, they grown children. And they pass that on unknowingly to their children. Real thing, real talk. And it's sad. They're not really the attention that they should get to their kids. They're not giving to their kids because they don't want to face the reality of some things that happened to them as a child. They don't ever want to confront the source so they can move forward and better. That's a weird thing that yeah, I agree with you need to.
No doubt you're breaking up. Hey, shout out to Lord ADS. What's up? What's up, Lord ADS? What's going on, brother? Hey, Don 23244 said, yes, Darrel, hope you're happy. Okay. Okay. Yo, what's up, Smitty? What say you on the subject? What say you?
Yeah, turn that down, baby. Yeah, I got a question for you, Izzy. All right, so I'm hearing because you know what, myself too, I was one of the few of my friends that grew up with both my parents and stuff. But this is my question for you and anybody else who wants to tag in on it. Do you believe, all right, let's take the ages of 17 to 25. I personally think that the 17-year-olds, the 25-year-olds that grew up in a single family household are completely different than the ones today. And my question to you is, why do you think that is, considering the living circumstances the same? But for some reason, the average 17 to 25-year-old is not back in 1997. I digress. My mic is muted. Respect.
Why? What was the last part? I missed the last part. I apologize. What was the last part?
Oh, okay. No. So basically, in a nutshell, from 17 to 25, I do believe that when we were coming up, even though it was a lot of single family households, we still had that from 17 to 25. They like the chivalry or respect for elders. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like we were different, even though it was still a lot of my friends that had single family households. I know a lot of my homies that grew up to be awesome guys, and they have a family now. But that's not necessarily as much the case now. What do you think the difference is between the single family homes when we were coming up and single family homes today, and why the children are so different?
That's a good question. So I would point to the grandparents. You gotta realize now grandparents are our age and younger. And so because grandparents are our age and younger, we still, like a lot of us still have younger children, you know what I'm saying? In their early teenage years, their pre-teen years, whatever the case may be. And so with that said, we still raising children. And then for us to have grandchildren and have a life, it's like mama got a life too. So she's not really raising those my grandparent, and I can speak, and it seems like a lot of y'all grandparents took us in and they would raise us, and they would take care of us, and they would lead us, and they would guide us, and they would give us wisdom, and they would pour into us and spend time with us. A lot of modern grandparents are not doing the same thing with their grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? Their families are much more spread out. People are much farther away from each other, and grandparents, because they're much younger, I believe they are prioritizing their life instead of pouring into those children.
My grandmother was my second mother. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's the reason why. If I had to pinpoint to anything, I think that's the reason why. A lot of us, even though we were latchkey kids or grew up in single parent homes, we had Big Mama.
And to add on to that too is Big Mama, Papa. They instead of paying for child care like people do now because of time and all of that stuff, that was your first line of child care. And
no, that is facts.
You could trust that line. You didn't have to worry about a background check or nothing. All that was already solidified within that. So I agree with you with the grandparents. Also, and we gotta point out the elephant in the room. The other bigger thing, and these daggone cell phones. See, we weren't as consumed on so many things that take up our time. See, our time management is all dispersed and defunct now because you got parents now, they'll check on their phone before they'll check on their child.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
So that's true.
You got to take that into consideration too as well. You know,
Damn,
people live and die for this stuff on this social media. Man.
That's wow. That's wow. But that's a good point, JD. Hey, shout out to Let Me in the building. What's up, family? Yeah, that's a good point, JD. But that's crazy. Say they'll check on their cell phone before they check on their child is crazy, fam. Woo! Jesus. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's a great point, JD, too, because the consumption of social media, especially by younger kids. I mean, when we were coming up, we didn't have cell phones. They wasn't invented yet. Not when we was 13, like me, you know, not when I was 13 and 14 and 15. My son has had a cell phone since he was 11 years old, you know, because it's dynamic with his mother and I. But, you know, so he's had a cell phone since he's 11 years old. And I just got to trust that the things that I told him in the parental stipulation, you know, parental stipulation that I put on his phone hold up. You know, because these kids are smart. They're smart. They can get into what they want to get into.
Man,
you know
I'm looking at mine right now. They on the PS5.
Look at them. Shout out to them. Hey, but they can get into what they want to get into. Yeah. Hey, good point. Hey, True, did you want to add anything, man?
Yeah, a lot of you guys said a lot of great points. Since we're on the parenting aspect, I believe that, you know, like how we grew up, like you said, latchkey kids coming in, going to school, getting on the bus at 9, 10 years old. I think those things are a little bit different now. And also they contributed to a lot of us, you know, approaching, you know, life as a child from an adult setting. What I do now with my children, and especially now doing with my youngest, the things that I did well, I'm carrying over, but the things that I didn't do well, I'm not bringing it to, you know, bringing it to the forefront now. Like even when my child becomes of age to be able to use a cell phone, I'm not providing them with that. A lot of the stuff that I grew up, how I grew up, I realized that when I gave it to my children, those things were actually better for me not to have, because it exposes you to a lot more, I guess you would say, open to a lot more trial and error, especially when your brain is trying to develop on how to make proper choices. Like you said, they can get into stuff, you know, you put parental guidance, all you want on it. There are ways around it, and they're smart enough to get around it. And if they're curious enough to watch certain things, especially if you're telling them not to, you know, curiosity gets to people and then they go into things. So the one thing that I've learned now is to be way more preventative and way more proactive, to not even allow the chance of them figuring out certain things. So a lot, like as far as going to school, You know, that's not happening, having a cell phone or access to a cell phone, you know, at an early age, like 9, 10 years old. You know, I didn't even have a cell phone until, you know, I was able to pay for one. You feel what I'm saying? When they first came out with the Nokias and everything, I couldn't get one until
But
I
in all
bought one.
fairness, how old was you when the Nokias came out? At 19 years old? At 17 years old? How old
No,
were you?
I was 14 when I
Oh, when
first
the
got into high
Nokia?
school.
Okay.
Yeah. When the first flip phones came out, I was 14 years old. So
You're younger than me.
um yeah, like nah, like I even with age, I just think me being exposed to those things, because it allowed me to do other things that now that I know those things wasn't appropriate, but I was able to have access, which helped me to do more inappropriate things. So the things
Yeah.
I'm looking at, I have to, as a father, protect my children even from themselves.
Yeah, no,
So
that's a
I
fact.
have,
That's a fact. I just think that, you know, just depending on what kind of circumstance you're in with your children, you kind of gotta, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's kind of like it's a rock in a hard place situation sometimes. So that's why it is ideal to be able to stay with your child's father or mother, and y'all work it out. That's the ideal. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it should be. That's the way that's optimal and best. At the same time, unfortunately, it doesn't always work out like that, you know. Rilla, you here? Okay. Yo, really ain't here. So Mo, what say you on that whole situation about the children being exposure to, if you were to answer Smitty's question?
What was the question again?
Well, he was saying that when we were younger, even though he was agreeing with me, like he grew up in a situation where a lot of his friends grew up in single parent households, right? And he was
Mm-hmm.
saying with that, it still seemed like those kids had a different sense of morals or values and of structure and order in their life, even though they had a single parent. And he asked me, why did I think that was? And what contributed to that? And so a couple of things that we said was the grandparents being older and being involved, the first babysitter, so to speak, proverbial babysitter. And then secondly, the fact that technology wasn't the way it is right now, and we didn't have all the peer pressures, the pressures that these children have. What do you think?
I mean, I feel that everything was covered. I do believe a huge part of it is social media. Um, a lot of kids are being influenced by social media. That's what's teaching our children. And depending on what they allow into their eye gate, their ear gate, it could affect them in a negative way or a positive way. And I think that back then, like, parents were not as sensitive. There was really a village. So wherever that single, whether the mother was raising a child or the father, you had people to come in and back up and show up when wherever you may fall short. You know, they would fill in those gaps. But today we don't allow that. People go off for, you know, when they see someone else trying to correct their child. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sensitive to that too. But I think it's just so much to it. Um and then you have broken parents raising broken children, and it's just generational, and it's getting worse with time because we're not healing those things from the root.
Hmm.
So
So in the root being our own childhood trauma and our own unresolved childhood issues.
yes.
No doubt. So let me ask you this: when you say that you yourself have been guilty of not allowing your children or people to kind of interact with your children, what does that look like? What's kind of?
Well, I have a pretty strong system, like even being divorced, I have a lot of support on the other end. So I don't really, I guess, need as much from a lot of other people, but I would say my parents in particular, a lot of y'all know here, for the T is my sister. She's talked about it. We grew up very strict. they believed in like, and I'm not against physical discipline, but I think that more conversations should be had. Like some things can be resolved through asking why versus whipping somebody for everything and then they learn to just hide things instead of us healing things. So even my parents, y'all don't whoop y'all kids enough. Like my daddy and my mom, I'm like, we're not whooping our children for every little thing, sir. So I guess because we grew up so strict, I'm very sensitive to certain things when it comes to my children, and I'm very protective. Like, Daddy, I respect you. Mom, I understand. But, you know, God has instructed me to deal with this differently. And I've told them, pay attention. Y'all compliment us on our children all the time, and we don't beat them for everything. So that's a huge part of it for me, you know.
Okay, so let me ask you this: so do they seem to be a little more active than you were and your sister were, or are they, you know, more mild mannered and well behaved? Are you able to look at it objectively and look at it from the outside and see, you know, whatever their behavior might be from one standpoint to another?
I think that our boys, from what I've been told, and I know everybody thinks their child is an angel or a jewel, but they are really well behaved, you know. And I know I'm not trying to offend anybody, but fatherhood is a huge part of that. There has to be balance. I think that without the father, so many things fall.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So shout out to that. I'm glad that that you and your ex-husband are able to have a good, sound like a decent, at least co-parenting relationship for the sake of the children, and that's a good thing.
That's dope. That's dope as I don't know what.
Yeah. I don't think co-parenting is ideal in any shape, form, or fashion. At the same time, I think that if people could work it out and take themselves out of it, is best for the best interest of the children. If you just can't be together, you just can't work it out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Hey, young Riaz, wave in the back, bro. So I know it's you, bro.
Go
ahead.
To touch on another thing too. And shout out to Mo Love, but
sorry, bro.
The differences of discipline back then, like when we was coming up, is, you know, we Gen X. We just gonna take the Gen X example versus how it is different from now. Because to Smitty's question earlier about the age gap and, you know, rearing of the children, the discipline is different now. You know, we got out behind whoop. I'm just gonna say it for what it is.
We was abused. Tell the truth, JD. We was abused. I'm child abuse. 5 child abuse. I know the number.
Okay. No,
we got out
now the
behind
other part I got.
Hold on, Reyes. Hold on, real quick. Hold on, young Reyes. Go ahead, JD.
When we got out behind whoop, it came with an explanation, but the explanation should have been the first thing instead of the ass whooping before. You get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't mean to beat you, but you know I love you. Now, wait a minute. We gotta.
This hurts me more. This is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm lying. This hurts me worse. Stop it.
So to Mo Love's point, you do have to talk and explain to kids, because these kids nowadays, man, they got very short attention spans, which is what we had as Gen Xers. They are very strong-willed because of the lineage that they've had through their grandparents, their mother and father, and up to them. And then too, they actually listen and they learn from their peers. So it's a combination of all of that. So you know, some days I ain't gonna lie, like I be wanting to snatch my son's soul and pull it out in front of him and be like, look, this is what you got going on, and I'm trying to tell you, but I know I have to calm myself down. I know I have to talk and explain, because I'm a very, very huge person and supporter of children and their innocence. At the end of the day, when we're talking about all of these conversations and DMP and all that stuff, guess what? The kids is watching. So we got to watch how we discipline them, as well as not using all of that abuse that we had back in the day and coming up. So, but I ain't gonna lie. Now, some of these kids that I see out here, social media and stuff like that, some of them do think they behind whoop.
Yes.
Some of them do. But it has to be an order. It has to be a process. Like, look, young man, let me pull you to the side. Blah, blah, blah. Because I've done it myself. 16-year-old kids cursing in front of my child. I'm like, yo, this is what we doing? Man, let me holler at you for a second. And it was in an approachable way. So that's all I gotta say. But what do y'all think about like the discipline?
Hold on real quick.
Okay.
Well, real quick, I'm gonna let Young Riaz get in here. Before you get in here, Young Riaz, and then shout out to Fighter. No F-bombs, y'all. If you say F-bombs, it's $5 per occurrence right there on the spot. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. So no F-bombs.
Izzy, I don't like every time I come up, you say that. I don't like
All right, bro. I listen, I said when every new person comes up, it's not personal, Fighter. I know you got a mouth like a sailor, but I'm not speaking to you specifically.
Wow.
Shout out to you, no good.
Wow.
Don't worry. Okay, sorry, bro. I understand. No, don't worry. I don't curse though.
Shout out to you, brother. Go ahead, Young Riaz. You got the floor.
Okay, so that's really nice. So basically, for me though, both my parents married. My dad was 19 when he was married, and my mom was 21. And when they had me, though, I was the firstborn, no. And the way, of course, so both were working, and then also they had to balance raising me, and my auntie was raising me and stuff like that. I had family to help raise me because I was the firstborn. But also, I'm kind of a spectrum child too, so they had to understand my needs and stuff like that, though. So basically, of course, though, they disciplined, though. So basically, of course, I had my things taken away, told to go against the wall. But again, sometimes, no, my mom, though, basically, when I got a hard slap to the face, and it's not that small slap, it's like that literally hard slap to the face that'll make your face red. Mark, though, that type. Literally, that was a hard slap to the face, and also sometimes a hanger as well. They basically though as well. Sometimes what you do is you talk to me, because with me, I got different needs too, and I'm hypersensitive compared to everyone else. So my mom treated everyone else equally, but the only difference is though she had to understand I had different needs, and how she's gonna discipline me is kind of like this. Sometimes though, what she does though as well is if I actually disappointed her to the point so badly, she would not talk to me for like a couple hours though. Literally, when she don't talk to me though, that's when I knew I made a mistake. Because when I realized I messed up, though, that's when I literally I shed tears though. Because that was heartbreak. It's not heartbreaking for me to disappoint my mom or my dad. If they don't talk to me though, and I know I messed up really badly, and that's not with no putting hands. My dad don't believe in putting hands in me because he's got that strong voice though that literally get me in order straight away. He don't need to use his hands.
Well, yeah, man. I understand that. So when they stopped speaking to you, it made you feel sad and know something was wrong. And shout out to the dads, man. The dads that just raised their voice, like, "Hey, yo, excuse me," and then you just get in line. You know what I'm saying? I just look at my son, and my son know what time it is. But shout out to him. He like, "You gonna get me?" I'm like, "Man, you better chill out." I remember 7.75 said, "If your teacher didn't have a paddle with holes in it, I don't want to hear about ass whippings." Yo, that's crazy. Yo, wow. Jay Lewis said, "We were getting the explanation while getting beat." Didn't I tell you to? Hey, yeah. That's abuse. Yo, shout out to Beige Lives Matterscapes. Said, what's that, y'all? Beige Lives Matter Scopes. Is that what that is? You don't have to whip them if you permanently guide them. Maybe the elder generation had to be more physical because they lacked the foresight or de-escalation techniques. We know they lack the de-escalation techniques. That's a fact. They lack the de-escalation techniques. That's not without question. Yo, my man. Oh yeah.
You ever had a whooping so bad that your parents knocked the piss out of you?
No.
Like they told you pull down your pants. Bruh. I'm telling you, we when I say I got the piss whooped out of me, I ain't lying. Then they got mad that I pissed. I'm like, you beat me.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You should go beat them up if they stay alive, yo. That's crazy, bro.
that's crazy.
My mother's going on to heaven.
Rest in peace. Yeah, nah, they can't be beating on the parents. It is what it is. It just happened. It happened. It's too late. Hey, go ahead, Fighter. What say you, man?
Gallagher Dog is the Clutch Coca-Cola Dominican representative, and what's going on, Izzy? The topic right now, is this about child abuse or whatnot, discipline, or
Well, I
is
mean,
it,
you can get in what
or
you
is it
fit.
about the topic? Right.
You can get in where you fit in. Now we just, you know
Oh,
how to panel conversation take.
so
Basically, oh, sorry.
so I would say, are you what did it say? Are you offended by different opinions? Is that the title, right?
It's a what? Why are you offended by differences instead of empowered by them? That's the overall topic.
Oh yeah, right. I mean, I completely agree with that. I thought the whole point of these YouTube spaces was for us to come together, and despite our differences in thinking, we can still have a conversation and maybe grow from it. I think that's the whole purpose of a positive, healthy discussion, especially if we're grown people. Maybe to view things from a different look, from a different angle. And as far as the disciplining children, I guess it might be necessary, but I think it should be in extreme cases. You know, if of a child this a small mistake that anyone could do, that anyone could fall victim to, I don't think they should be beaten for that. I think some parents they they abuse their power sometimes just cause, and they take their frustration out on children, and I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I don't think it's fair either. I've tried my best. My children, I have 4 children. 3 of them are adults now, but I have 4 children, and they could count on one hand the amount of times that I spanked them all collectively. Because my thing was, if I could talk to them, if I could reason with them, if I could explain to them, and they act like they understood, that it wasn't that serious to just put hands and feet.
Yeah.
Part of it is because honestly, I had hands, feet, elbows, and toes put on me, and I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Is you know, that's a fact. Is, and I think, you know, something serious too, that those moments that our parents sit us down and have a conversation with us one on one,
Mhm.
that's more memorable. We don't forget that.
Mhm.
We don't forget that. But the whooping, we have flashbacks of it, but the conversation, we can actually, like, wow, our parent is actually trying to reason with us and teach us something versus just abuse, because they're only teaching us, hey, when something doesn't go your way, act out, crash out. You know, that's what they're
Yeah.
teaching you.
That's a fact. The crazy thing is, it's interesting that you say that, man, because most of the things that I learned from my parents, I learned when they was talking to me, when they was just conversing with me.
Exactly.
Not when they beat me. What I did learn, unfortunately, especially growing up where I grew up, is that violence is the answer. And a lot of times violence is not the answer. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of unlearn. I had to kind of unlearn the violent aspects of things, because that's not the way to operate in society. You know what I'm saying? When people are not doing what you want them to do, when things are not going your way, you can't just be putting hands and feet on people. You know what I'm saying? It's not the way to go. Romelo 747 said, F around to find out was a Gen X thing, makeshift bike ramps, etc. No doubt. We was very creative. We had, remember the GI, we used to put the parachutes on the G.I. Joe men and throw them up in the air and let the parachute, let it come down and
It is. I can't believe you took it all the way back there. That was it. The parachute, bro, with the plastic bag.
With the parachute of plastic bag.
Hey, what about who made your bike into a dirt bike with the Huggies bottles?
Yeah, and then you got to put the card on the end in the bike mate, so make that special sound. That yeah, kids nowadays. When's the last time y'all seen a kid riding a bike in the neighborhood? Well, who's seen kids riding a bike in the neighborhood, in their neighborhood recently?
I have, but they was like, they got some super exclusive bikes now. Like, I don't know what they doing, and it's a lot of people on scooters down here in South Florida too. So yeah, I see kids on bikes, believe it or not.
They be outside.
On bikes, yeah.
Okay.
Clipped up, yeah.
Okay, they got the motorized bikes.
And they got it's like a hybrid. You can pedal it if you want to.
Yeah.
And the scooters, yeah, everybody on those. Everybody.
Okay.
I feel like maybe kids down south they're a hybrid themselves when it comes to that. As far as they're on the internet, TikTok, gaming, and they're still outside too. I think that's something that kids down south probably preserved. Versus up north, a lot of kids, they just on the video games and the internet all day. They don't want to go outside and be with nature and scrape their knee.
hmm I was a hybrid growing up, actually. I was both on the internet, though, and I was gaming, but I was also outside, too. So I was a
Yeah,
hybrid, though. So I
yeah,
kind of feel you on that.
yeah. Pretty much, if you're like in your early 30s, that you went through that experience because
I'm
of the
in,
video games and everything. Yeah, so yeah.
Hey, why
okay,
you do it
so
like that,
I'm
Jay?
in my
Jay,
early 20s. I'm in my
okay.
early 20s.
Shout out to
I'm
that.
like,
Jay said Izzy looked like he was a bad kid and didn't listen to his parents. I see you, Izzy. What? I was an angel. What are you talking about? I was an angel.
You do seem like you talk back a lot.
Who, me, to my parents? Oh
Yeah. Did
no,
you?
no,
You
no,
did it?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, no, no. I didn't talk back to my angel. I didn't talk back. No, Izzy was good. I was a good kid. I did not talk back to my parents. No, 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 no.
No, okay.
Izzy
Nah,
used to steal hubcaps.
nah. No, but listen, when I got older, like as a kid, no. But when I got older, and then my parents used to tell me crazy stuff, yeah, I did challenge them then. But like when they used to
Yeah.
it didn't make no sense. When I got older, I used to be like, come on, stop playing.
okay,
Right.
wait,
Like,
but I'll
you
be
serious?
honest with you.
I ain't have
I
no
ain't gonna
time.
lie. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, I'll be real
I'm
with
still
you.
too scared to talk back to my mother.
Wait, can I be real with you now, though?
I
Both
think
my parents, though, my mother basically, though, she just encouraged me to say whatever I want to say. Basically, I say whatever I want to my parents, but I keep it very respectful. I'm very respectful to my parents, though. I respect them, no. I know they're my parents, but I say whatever I want, though, but I keep the tone respectful, so they understand. Because the reason my mom basically decided to do that now is because she actually understands, though, what I'm actually thinking, and she prefer I just do that now. Because also, though, she's 48 years old and he's
Wait, your
48 years.
mama's 48? Oh,
this
Yep,
geez.
is
I
insane.
told you.
This is
I
insane.
Young Riaz, I feel old, man. Your mama's 48. Jesus
Yep,
Christ.
my mom is 48 and my daddy's 46.
Your dad's 46, Young Riaz. Oh my God, Young Riaz. No, no, no.
You know
I
what
told
I think I feel that when I was growing up, because my parents always said I was the one to talk back. No, I did not talk back. I had the desire to want to be understood. Like, so I would question things, and they felt like me asking questions was talking back, because back in the day, it's like you don't ask questions.
Mhm.
You don't challenge what I'm saying, whether you understand it or not. And I'm like, I've always, showed y'all respect in the highest, but to them, it was disrespect. I'm like,
You was
no, it's
challenging.
just a
you.
question.
You
It's
was
a
Well,
challenging. Hold
question.
on, Young Riaz. You was challenging their authority. You was challenging their authority. That's what it was. Because you wanted to know why, how, and what made it tick.
Mm-hmm.
I see you. I see you. I see you. You must have a winter birthday.
March.
Yep, I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, my dad said since I could talk, I would always be like,
Early
yes,
March,
hi, Dad.
early March or mid March?
Mid.
Like beyond the 15s or like around the 15s?
Just before.
Yeah, I figured that. I knew it. I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
I
okay.
knew it. That's my birthday is the end of February. That's how I
My
know.
birth-
Oh, okay.
okay, cool. I was
So
gonna
I already know. I already know how that go. They don't understand.
okay. My birthday is December 27th. I'm
All
the
right,
20th.
shout out to you. You got birthday coming up, man.
Yep.
Oh,
So
you
I mean,
do.
I've,
Salute.
thank you. I appreciate that. I'm super excited for it. I'm turning in 24 soon, because I told you both. Yeah, because my mother, she was married at 21 years old, and my father was a 19-year-old when he got married. So when they had me in the year 2000, they were just focused on them. But then in 2001, then that's when they decided to have me.
Yo, wow, Young Riaz, 2000. Wow, man. Yo, listen.
2001.
I got
2001.
2001. I got a kid. I got a kid older than you, Young Riaz.
Yeah.
my son was born in 2000. I got a
Okay.
son born in 2000, and both of my daughters were born in 2002.
Okay.
And then I have a son that was born much later than that. But yeah. So yeah, that's amazing. You making me feel old though. So I appreciate you.
Right, me too.
No, trust me, I kind of done that
Respect
to my
everything.
mother too, though. Literally, I was the only one to wish her happy birthday. And one time she jokingly said back to me that you're making your mother feel old. Come on, I'm just being real, man. So I'm just being honest.
Hey, Lady D said, you know, Michael Jackson was extremely shy. What's that got to do with the price of tea in China? You should say that. You should say that in the super chat for real. You should say that in the super chat. I don't even know what that had to do with anything. Yo, that is definitely. He's the age of your children. Is he right? Yeah. I got children his age. Hey, look at little Miss JD. We see you. Hey,
Say hey, Izzy.
hey, beautiful lady.
Say hey.
Hey.
Hey,
There you go.
Hi, gorgeous.
how you doing? Acting shy. We know you're not shy.
She is so cute.
We know
Hey,
you're not
Izzy.
shy.
There you go. Say Uncle Izzy.
Hey,
There you go.
all right,
You okay?
beautiful.
All right. I'm gonna put them up. I'll be right back, fam.
Hey, no doubt. Shout out to that. Shout out to the family.
I miss when my boys were that age.
Yeah, they grow
A
up
little
fast.
bit, not so
Yeah, not how old are your sons now?
They are 14 and 17.
Oh, the fun times. Ooh,
Mhm.
the fun
When
times.
they think they know everything.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's why it's important. This is the definite important time for daddy. You know what I'm saying? This is daddy time to shine, you know, because when boys get like that age, we start smelling ourselves, we start feeling ourselves, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hard on mama. It's hard on mama.
Yeah, okay, I get you on that. So, for me, I know it's hard to believe. I used to be an introvert when I was younger. I was shy and all of that. I didn't start becoming more and more confident until I got to high school to college. Though that's when I started becoming more and more confident. That's why I can speak more and more because I had time over the years to improve. Though, so when I was young, I was very shy. Though.
Shout out to you and getting out your shell, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to getting out your shell. Hey, so we about to shut it down. I appreciate y'all coming through. Shanika, we ain't heard from you in a minute. What say you, lady? What say you? Shanika done hung out with us today. I feel special. Shanika done came and chilled with us today.
Yeah.
I hope we wasn't too hard on you today, Shanika. I hope
No, never that.
with your brother. You know, you're always welcome over here. What say you? What say you, Shanika?
I agree with what everyone was saying as far as the differences. I do think that we have gotten a little too relaxed as a whole with regards to discipline. Like, it's gone from one extreme to the other, in my opinion. Just let them do whatever and don't stop them. And, I don't know. I see a lot of that going on. And it makes me want to go back to us being a little more assertive and maybe even, controlling, with regards to how these kids think and feel. Not saying that they're not an individual, but I think that we allow them to just kind of figure it out for themselves when we're supposed to be here to guide them accordingly and pay attention to them and understand and learn them so that we can kind of see things in them that they may not see in themselves. And, again, just navigate them down this path instead of having them figure it out on their own. And so that's my thing. That, and just, I hate to say it, but we stop making these kids go to church and they have no type of structure, no foundation, no type of respect. Like back in the days, even the people that were on the wrong side of the tracks, they still had respect for the elderly and respect for, like now you got these kids, they'll knock an old person out unconscious and won't even think twice about it. Like, I don't know where that went. I don't know if all the OGs are in jail or if they in heaven or what, but like, we just need to bring that back where it's like
we are the OGs.
We don't keep these kids in their place. Like, back when we were being raised, a child had to stay in their place. And they may have gone to an extreme, but we're having conversations around children that we would never have, that my parents would never talk about in front of me. They're able to see a lot of the shenanigans and the things that we do as adults that they don't understand the context behind it and how it affects them and the consequences. And so they're just mimicking us. And, and I don't like this you know, we letting the kids get away with too much, because I don't want to go there. But like when I see children that are under the age of 10 getting surgeries to, you know what I'm saying? Like we going too far. We going too far. We're letting these kids just do whatever they want to do. Like, nah, we have to provide the structure and let them, you know, like I'm gonna give you I'll say this in our land, like with my kids, I'm gonna pick out 3 or 4 outfits, and then I'm gonna let you choose between that 3 or 4. Right. Like, so you have a choice, but you don't really have a choice.
Right.
Like, that's how we need to be as parents.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like,
I agree with that.
Like,
I agree with that.
It.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Hey, I be what he said, because we can't tell nobody nothing anymore. That's a fact. Hey, listen, but it's a byproduct of the well, you know, I don't got that problem. Hey, but it's a byproduct of social media, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, that's my cell phone. I pay for the cell phone bill. I bought the cell phone. I pay for the bills. My cell phone, son. So we ain't about to play with that. We about to play that. Narrative Dollar said facts. Take your ass upstairs and play. See that? That's okay. Hey, Rilla, you there? You there, Chicago Rilla? You still with us? Rilla must be on a mission.
Oh, okay.
Where is Drip?
This old right sad ass is in the fucking comments.
Oh Lord, let's let Hey, look, Drip, are you about to go live? Yeah, you owe me $1 million, Shanika. Hey, Drip, are you about to go live? Well, Drip,
yeah. You got to go back about. It's at the beginning of the show, not yesterday's, but day before's. And Shanika was going in so hard on Drip's Christmas tree.
I was in the clouds. I seen them in the clouds, roasted each other, sounding crazy. I seen both of them.
Wow.
They was going in. I would have cried. Shanika roast me like that. Shout out to Nightish. What's up? Better living.
Hey, Nightish.
Thank you, Drip. I appreciate you, bro. Say good show, Izzy. Thank you, Drip. I appreciate it. Hey, Drip, y'all about to go live? Shanika, y'all about to go live?
I don't know what he doing.
Oh, y'all know it. Oh, yeah, it's Saturday. Y'all don't usually go live. Hey, anybody going live? Mo, you going live or JD?
I go live Sunday night at 10:30.
I'll probably go live after this, man.
Okay, after this. So I'll redirect everybody to you. Go ahead and set your show up, JD, so I can redirect everybody.
Okay, that's cool.
All right.
I just want to say that I'm a creator too, though, do you know? Is that I create too, though. I just mostly do music related content. I don't do streams like that, though. I just basically just do videos and shorts type thing.
Okay. Y'all make sure y'all check out Young Riaz doing this thing. I appreciate you coming through, Young Riaz. Salute. Good
You're
brother,
welcome.
my brother, Young Riaz. Salaam alaikum, man.
Walaikum salam. So basically, I appreciate that. So overall, I get what you're trying to say, though. Like, basically, you're nice, but at the same time, you have your boundaries. That's just the same thing with my parents. Both is very nice, though, and both have their boundaries, too. My dad is really, really nice, though. Basically, he does spoil, but at the same time, he has his boundaries, though. So he knows when to spoil and when to, draw the line. So I kind of respect that. I kind of understand when you're saying what you're saying. I get you on that, because that's just how my home is like.
No doubt. I appreciate you, beloved. Thank you for hanging out with me. Salute. Yo, Chicago Rilla, are you in the building? Chicago Rilla, you in the building? You ain't in the building. Yo, Truth, what's up? What's the last words, Truth? Drip ain't here. You don't think. Drip, are you here? Drip ain't here.
Hell no.
Hey, shout out to Drip in the clouds. Hey, salute to you, Drip. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, Truth, you there? Truth ass ain't there either. Truth, you ain't there either. Man, shout out to Truth. Okay, ladies. The ladies are in the building. It's the ladies take over. Ladies, what's your last words? I appreciate y'all chilling, hanging out with us. Salute to y'all. You know, y'all welcome here anytime and every time. You know what I'm saying? I hope that y'all find it cool to be over here with us. We enjoy y'all presence.
Yeah. I want me to go first, Shanika?
It don't matter. Whoever want to go.
Okay. I think the show was great. I think that these conversations can be meaningful if they are genuine, and I think a lot of times they are here. And as far as I agree with Shanika too, like there has to be balance. Sometimes we as parents can be a little too soft. And again, I know that everyone does not abide by the Bible, but I do. And I think that Ephesians 6 is so important, where it talks about children obeying your parents in the Lord, for this is right. And it also provides balance to that. It talks about how parents are not supposed to provoke their children
To wrath.
to wrath. So both of these go hand in hand. On one side, children are called to respect and to listen to their parents, but it's not blind obedience. It's obedience that is completely aligned with God. And that's when you'll see like love and integrity. And in the Lord too. That's key. It's about honoring the authority while still keeping God's principles at the center. And on the other side, parents are commanded not to provoke and frustrate or mistreat their children. And a lot of times parents can do that. You know, they can abuse their power. So again, I believe that the scriptures provide balance, whether it's dealing with the gender wars, how we raise our children, everything. But if you guys want to check me out, I go live every Sunday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My channel is structured more so on Bible teachings and mental health. Mental health is my main thing. You know, I lost someone in my family to self-deletion, and I know a lot of times when we see people smiling, they are really crying on the inside. So I try to provide a space that's calming, I guess. So yeah, but I'm gonna drop. Great show, Izzy. Thank y'all. Good to see you, Shanika.
Hey, look,
Yes,
hey, look, we
always.
do mental health Mondays, just me and I. So you're more than welcome if you got
Yeah.
time. We do it earlier in the day on Monday, so definitely stop through. My condolences on your family member. Definitely check her out. Look, if you will, Mo, say something in the chat. I'm gonna give you a wrench so that you can put your channel in, so that they can know where to find you if they don't know, and they can subscribe
Okay,
to your
thank
channel.
you.
Shanika, you got a wrench too already, right?
I don't think so.
If you don't, say something in the chat so I can give you a wrench as well. All right. See Mo love.
Yes.
Did Drip say anything on the show? I know for
Child,
Yeah,
so
Drip,
let's talk about that real. Okay, I'm sorry.
Drip did talk. Drip did talk. Why
he
you got
did?
to come on the
Okay.
way out, Mo love? You know him and Shanika be battling. Go ahead.
I know.
All he good for is coming and bringing his little avatar on the screen, and then that's it. He gone the whole freaking show. Like, don't say nothing. Then want to come in the chat like, how you on the panel and in the chat? Like, that don't even make no sense. That's why his Christmas tree looked the way it looked. Y'all make sure y'all
What's wrong
subscribe
with
to
the
Drip
Christmas
Show.
tree?
Make sure y'all subscribe to Drip Show TV. Go back and look at that Christmas tree. I put the picture up. It looked like I don't even want to get started on it. Like the ornaments were like this big on the tree. Like he tried to do like this Martha Stewart type shit, but it just wasn't.
So it's giving down south
country.
It's
You know,
we
acne face. It's giving somebody ate some jelly beans and then threw up on the tree. It's giving like he didn't even have a skirt at the bottom of the tree. Like it was
chat instead of dissing my boy. Why are you using this time to diss my brother? And he
because he was talking about me.
He ain't even here to protect himself. This is you see how this you try to get me in trouble. He ain't even here to protect himself.
And a raccoon. Like we not gonna say, okay, yes, my eyes are dark, okay, but we not gonna call me no raccoon in front of company. Like, so yeah, I'm gonna talk about you on the stage.
Oh Lord.
Y'all
Hey, look, y'all put y'all channels in chat. Also, Shanika has her own channel. She be on Drip, the Drip Nation. At the same time, Shanika has her own channel. I think she goes live sometime. Make sure y'all subscribe to Drip. Make sure you subscribe to Mo Love, to Smitty, to Young Riaz, and Shanika, man, on by herself. So make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and check them out. As long as they not live when I'm live, y'all make sure y'all tap in. If they live when I'm live, they just short. Like,
do you go live on Sunday nights?
It just not on Sunday nights, generally speaking. It just depends. I probably come through and check y'all out, but no, I don't generally go live on Sunday nights. It just depends if something happens or something I really, really want to talk about, but usually I don't.
Gotcha.
Usually I don't. Yo, Schmitty, welcome back to the show. What say you, bro? You wanted to say something on the way out? Yo, Schmitty, you there? Appreciate you, Jade.
He's so ghetto. How you hit the
Schmitty, how you come up here and don't say anything, bro? Schmitty, I'm about to you about 6 seconds.
My bad. No. My bad. Put it down, babe. My bad, Brody. No, I'm right here.
All right, what say you? What's your last words? We about to close down the show. What's your last words, Schmitty?
I would say my last words would be Travel safe, and until next time, America.
What in the world? Yo, I
Ooh.
appreciate you. What in the world what was even that? I don't know, but yo,
This my bird call us crack our babies right now.
listen, I ain't said it. You said it.
Yes,
I
he
didn't say
does.
that. I ain't gonna do that. He does do that though. Hey, thank y'all so much for
No,
coming
I'm just
through.
fucking with
Y'all
you.
make sure y'all see Shanika just cannot help herself with all the
Oh
effort.
my gosh!
I'm gonna
All
drop
right,
you
here
so you
goes
don't
Miss
owe me $1
Queen.
million. I'm gonna drop you so you don't owe me $1 million. I appreciate y'all coming through and chilling with me. I'm gonna holla at y'all.
All
Shout out
right.
to you, Mo. Holla at y'all. Oh, sorry, sis. She was saying something.
No,
I'm
you're
sorry.
okay. I just said bye. I'm dropping.
All right, see you later. Hey, thank y'all so much for coming through and chopping it up with us. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Thank you, everybody that supported the show. Shout out to A Marvelous Opinion, to Shanika, to Mickey Mouse, to Drip Show, to JD 1975, to Jade Lewis, to my guy Jim Rat 08, to Romello 747, to Frederick, to Work Ademics, appreciate your family. Corey Loves Burner, appreciate your family. L Nix held us down. I gotta check and see L Nix might be sponsored show. I appreciate you, L Nix. Definitely close. James Moore, thank you, James Moore. I appreciate you, family. Thank you, James Moore. Yo, shout out to Just Me. Thank you, Just Me. Shout out to Corey Loves Burner. Shout out, I think L Nix might be sponsored the show. Shout out to the Book of RLM. Appreciate you. Shout out to Shanika. Appreciate you. Shout out to Stan Manson. Appreciate you, fam. Trucky. Appreciate you, bro. Workademics, Freedom, Bella. Appreciate you so much. Rogue C, I appreciate you, my sister. Thank y'all so much, everybody that supported the show. And I already said Jade Lewis and my guy, Jim Rat 08. Thank y'all so much for supporting the show, supporting the stream. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to check us out. And we'll see you next time. We out of here. Let me.
Excuse me. Did I hear someone say, wait, hold up? He said, dope conversations deserve dope donations. Ladies and gentlemen, let's show love and hype them up.
You are locked in with Izzy Bands. Let's keep this energy going.
Mr. Izzy Bands, Izzy Bands, Izzy Bands, Izzy Bands, Izzy Bands, Izzy Bands, who? Izzy Big Bands.
Welcome to the Real Spill with Mills. Welcome everybody to the podcast with Izzy Bands. Make sure you support the show, support the stream.
Now I mean,
let's welcome the host, Mr. Izzy Bands.
Let's go.
Support the show, support the stream.
Now I mean,
yeah.
Y'all meant to tell y'all to check out my man JD 1975. He's going live right now. Check out my man JD 1975. He's going live right now. I'm gonna go ahead and redirect y'all over there to JD 1975, who's going live right now. See, this is what I'm talking about, though. You see how they do me? They be just having me on all the thumbnails. That's why I don't like. They just have me on all the thumbnails looking crazy all the time on YouTube. It's the craziest poses that they put up there. But let me. Let me find my stream so I can redirect y'all over there to my guy, JD 1975. To my guy, JD 1975. We gonna go over there to JD 1975. JD 1975. No slave for videos on other channels. JD 1975. There we go. All right. Get on over there, y'all hear? We out of there. Nice outro. Well, I'm going to do it again and promote my channel too. Exactly, man. Shout out to my guy, Kojak 303, the great number one. Make sure that you subscribe to Kojak 313 Gaming for sure. Number one, I got you. You already know what it is. Y'all know what it's here for. Much love to y'all. We out for real this time. Go over to JD 1975. Subscribe to Kojak 313 Gaming. We out.
discussion. Deserve dope donation. Spread love through compensation. Cheese fed up the dope. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.